Alright, YouTube. Did my joke video have the lols? Oh. Oh, goodness. Where did you lot come from? I haven't the words. I asked for discussion and boy, y'all did discuss alright. Before we start with the usual, uh, as in the rest of the post, because this is gonna be a package deal, let's see what y'all thought about these placements, yeah? Maya, your favorite, says Finn at 21 is low-key diabolical. He's insanely annoying and hard to see on maps with black flooring. He makes blackouts a nightmare of a floor event. Oh yeah, I've made mention of how easy it is to not see him in a blackout, but I suppose it warrants him being higher on the list. Fighting an invisible enemy is 100 times more annoying in video games. Look, when K. Rool does it, shouting and cussing follows. Also, I'm starting to get it now since, I've encountered him a lot more in between the time of uploading and, now. Just take your time, maintain spatial awareness, up the brightness of your device, maybe. Him and Toodles are basically invisible in a blackout anyway. Spark Need a Sleep says, to be honest, Dial isn't really that annoying to me. He's super easy to avoid as long as you don't miss any skill check. And you could just avoid picking his card, except if you're on floor 43 where you're forced to pick the last card. But what makes Dial's floor annoying are the commons, because they don't make loud noise or have a bar over their head to easily notice them, so they could just make you lose a bunch of time chasing you around when you're trying to finish a machine. It's especially hard if you get Brusha and Yada. Oh boy, I hate those two motherfuckers. And I wholeheartedly agree. I overestimated Dal himself now that I've played his floor a few times trying to get the achievement. There's an achievement being his floor 25 times. That's... Huh. But yeah, I overestimated Dal himself. What is annoying is everything else. The amount of patience you need to complete all the machines on this floor is kind of bonkers. Like, I don't want to do his floor, but I kind of need the iCore, again the achievement that Quill had to make sure that Dial stays relevant. And then there's a reason Brusha is so high on this list, and seems like we found a part of it. Fart. Oh my goodness. Alright, we're gonna do a bit of a speed round. Stormy says Cosmo, Boxen, and Finn should be higher for their corner checking. OEO LOL says this about Cosmo, and Comet's Corner says this as well. Getting Over Barry, I think I said that right, says this is about Louie, and, well, yes, the Twisteds do find all the good hiding spots. It doesn't really have to do with the Twisteds themselves. Now, if it's just mostly RNG, but if the RNG wants you to finally have like a worthy opponent, then the battle will be legendary. You gotta respect that. In retrospect, you gotta respect that. In the moment, you can cuss out the game. Also, Lucky Trap, we've all been there. That breath mint sells nothing 90% of the time. It's just it's gumballs or bust, K1 Bade, I think I said that right, says that Finn should be top 15. But to be honest, yes and no. Despite the fact that he wastes your time, hit you with that camouflage, you can't see him until he hits you, which, like, okay. I mean, if he hits you, he's not that threatening, I'll be honest. He's slow enough to where even if he catches me off guard or something, I'm able to get out the way just in time. Like, I may not be able to see him, but I can hear the sound effect of, Twisted sees you, you gotta run. So I think, like, even if he comes out of the darkness, he's slow enough. Unlike Toodles, though. Toodles is a different monster. But Finn, he's slow enough where you can kind of just dodge out of his way and then loop around an island and we'll lose him. Wada goes into much better detail with this. Playing patient is often the best option, even if it grinds our gears. Like, I know we gotta waste our time to make sure that, oh, it's safe. Is it safe? Is it not safe when we're completing a machine? To be honest, you can get a little spicy with it, a little reckless, but only with certain machines. Like in wide open spaces, you can't do that because twisteds are everywhere, just all the time. Or if you don't prefer just waiting, just run train whistle. Zeros and Mato predicted Brush's placement, and props to you. I see you are a being of culture. Me and the boys, we all hate Brusha. The twisted Brusha hate club. Look, Brusha herself, we'll get to her later, but twisted Brusha, we're all in the hate club. She deserves all the hate. There's you, so annoying, so annoying. Spooky Whisper demands her to at least be an uncommon. Well, which yeah, I would like. The commons are kind of too underpowered to be left like that. If say like cuz most of the commons, even like the holiday ones, Eggson and Rebecca and all that, they kind of don't do anything. They're kind of fodder. And I get that the game needs like it can't just clone Twisteds, even though like it does that anyway. That's a glitch, not intentional. But more varied common Twisteds would be nice. Like I used to think Toodles was common for some reason. When I first started this game, I used to think that. I just got unlucky with her spawn rate, but if the commons were a lot more threatening, we could definitely move Brusha up to like uncommon or something like that. But for now, yeah, it's just not enough power. That one memer says that they're okay with stationary twisteds because they're easy to avoid. But to me, it's kind of up in the air, especially if you have teammates. Well, no, only if you have teammates. Look, you can avoid stationary twisteds easy peasy. Even like R&D, like you're probably gonna get hit by R&D a few times if you're careless. But other than that, stationary twisteds like Roger, like Blot, you're gonna avoid them easy peasy. Teammates might screw you over, and that's mainly why they're so high up. It's a team game, man, and sometimes you have nasty teammates. Thank you, Namefall and Star the Kitsune, for, finding my stuff funny. Comedy is harder than it looks, and I never know if I'm ever funny at all. Because you can laugh at your own jokes, but it's your own jokes. You gotta have an outside audience. And so, thank you guys for appreciating it. Speaking of appreciating, thank you for confirming that you guys are new subs. Thank you for subbing Janet, Hithero, and Sephora. I think I'd say Sephora. That's kind of creative. I've got plenty of wacky, fun ideas, so I'll see you in those vids. Hopefully they get out in a timely manner. Unlike this, I've waited 2 months to do this. It's bonkers. Life gets bonkers, I'm telling you. Vermilion tells us that sniper twisteds are unfair in blackouts. This one speaks the truth. Is it ever fair? Okay, but seriously, you'd have to be pretty unlucky to encounter it. I did in the video. I got sniped by Goob as Tisha. I got sniped, but if you come with some teammates or yeah, they make good for body shields. They'll be enough in terms of cover, if you know what I mean, or just distraction material, because at least somebody knows how to distract Goob or Scraps. The chances are higher now that Danny's World has been out for longer. You're welcome, Farron. It happens often, by the way. Just people don't want to admit it. You turn your brain off, you pick it up, boom, that's it. You lose a heart, or somebody loses a heart. It's just too much room for trolls when it comes to Roger. Also, guys, same story with the shitboxes, by the way. I hear they fixed it, kind of, in the new updates, but the lag, because everyone is jumping on the servers, it makes it return to sender. So it got better, then it evened out. Then I'm pretty sure it's just gonna come back to being better. Either way, I would love to see all those BS hits you guys get, because I don't know about you, but I think it's funny seeing like some enemy hit you from like 3 meters away. Like, what are you air punching? And all of a sudden you're losing hearts. Like, that's funny to me. I don't know. I want more stuff like that on YouTube. Just, it's a funny prospect. In retrospect, of course, in the moment you're probably gonna say naughty words. Cookie Ghost, Isaac Fox, and Blackie Hacky did set the record straight with R&D. They do not cause emotional damage. He actually aims for your crotch instead with his little ribbons. That is a much more effective attack. Good to know. When in doubt, aim for the crotch. Or the face. Crotch or face. Both equally effective. A Blue Thing and Tech One Joe. Yeah, I suppose we're having the Toodles versus Shelly debate. I mean, personally, the dinosaur is more annoying. But I get it. The hulking beast is obvious. You can hear her, and less frequent, while the little munchkin can eat at your shins, and you won't know she exists until you lose a heart. Still, I hate being confused. I hate having to wait longer to finish machines, especially if I'm like a not extraction character like Sprout or something. Escapion and Mothcat. I have news for you. After uploading this video and trying to get new footage for new videos, I ended up getting hit by Connie for my first time. So don't feel bad, because, yeah, it happens, I guess. I didn't record the moment. I considered it. I ended up not doing it. Now I regret it. But, yeah, it happens. I turn my brain off like I do with Roger, and you just go at the wheel, and it explodes in your face. Much like Squirm in the new update, you just gotta find the signs, and then you can start avoiding these tools. Well, it doesn't change the fact that she's going to stay at the bottom of the list, like, at all times, until she gets a new ability or is more threatening. She can apparently possess empty machines, which I didn't know was a thing. Like, it felt like a myth, because she never did in front of me. But she can. She can possess empty machines. That's how I got hit, by the way. But I still want her to be more of a threat. Also nice. Dead to Connie on floor 1. That, you probably should have typed faster. That way you could actually provide a warning to your teammates. No, Cake. I don't think I will. The point of this being a video and not a Google document is for entertainment purposes. I hope you're here for the entertainment and not for the... this twisted is this. No, I'm not a professional at these games. I actually suck. I know people who are good, but I don't take it seriously. See, Doyle is not annoying because you can only give him once per run. You see, if you're trying to get his research though, it does make him more annoying, because I've been trying to get his research for a while, and it took me a while to get Train Whistle. Like, okay. But there's also an achievement. The achievement of doing it 25 times and then doing it with Shrimpo. I think that it's enough to keep him there. Even if he is optional, even if you're never going for him and just want to do a casual run of whatever, I feel like he doesn't deserve number 1. I don't think... I'm considering moving him from number 1 to, like, number 3. And then Pebble's going to, of course, be number 1, because I hate Pebble. Like, Twisted Pebble is ridiculous. I don't care that they made him slower. Honestly, he's still pretty fast. Vanilla Storm actually came in with a few book moves, so here we go. Thank you for explaining Tisha's danger. It finally makes sense. Chocolate Cake can back you up on it. Apparently Ichor, or Icor, I guess, can just make things sharp if they, like, you leave it. It's like a paint. It's like paint. You paint it on something, it hardens, like it's concrete. So what do you call the liquid form of concrete? Just concrete? I don't know. I'm not looking it up. We've already discussed R&D. I guess lasers going through shields is a universal constant because Roger's laser is totally not a ranged attack. By the way, like that's a part of his body. You can. I don't care. It feels like it's a ranged attack. It feels like it should work. Cardboard armor should work, but whatevs. And Gigi, being consistent might actually lower her placement on the list by a little bit. I know she's still like very annoying to distract, especially if because it's just another scraps, another goob, but with a different loading speed, like reloading speed. And she's not really all that consistent spawn wise, so yeah, but the way that she can only steal the first item that like from left to right, I it's easier to control, so it might be less annoying for some people. And I've experimented with Dial, and yeah, he's literally got the shortest attention span. He's got my attention span. I didn't look. By the time I made the video, I didn't know that for some reason because I played Dial a few times, and I don't know. I just thought because I was getting his research. I tried. I'm too much of a coward to actually get his research, get seen. Like when I finish a floor, his floor. It just wow. How did I not know that? I should have looked on the wiki. I didn't want to for the video because I wanted to share my experiences and not just repeat whatever there's on the wiki and whatever people found. I just wanted to show what I found personally, even if I was like living under a rock with most things. Uh, this is also another reason Brusha is number 7. Number 7 on the list. Brusha, her sight should not be as high as it is. I don't care. The dog I can get because Twisted Pebble's a guard dog, basically. His description tells us that. But because no, what it should be attention span, honestly, because Twisted Ginger, right? The reason why she has such a high attention span, according to the game, is because of her eye for detail. And so, because the same thing applies to Brusha, eye for detail, shouldn't it be consistent like that? Like, either Twisted Brusha, I feel like should have a higher attention span if she's got this knack for details. And Ginger's also got this knack for details, so just it's a small thing, but and I didn't know Windows could wear shirts. Really, Vanilla Storm, that is cool. But I'm pretty sure we call that a curtain. Also, by the way, I'm just not gonna trust myself to do that consistently. I know how to bait, but I don't trust the shit boxes. The arm, I don't know if it's the same as Sprout's little tentacle thingy, but I'm just gonna wait until it moves and then do the machine. Broski's prediction did not come to pass. We are not getting no Valentine event. That's very sad. But understandable, there's already enough events. Well, not really. There could be more. Overture Roblox says the strongest common is Brusha because she's basically a budget pebble. We've discussed how her sight rivals. Like, how is that possible? I don't know. Like from a logical standpoint, I don't know. But she could just see across the. It's like she's got binoculars prepackaged with her thing, with her own eyes. The strongest main for now is Bobette, according to them. Since she's unnerfed and is back to her cracked speed with the hitbox the size of a bus. I don't know if that's true. I don't know. This was 2 months ago, so again, I'd rather give that title to Pebble. I think he just in general is the strongest Twisted main. The amount of stats that dog has is nuts. It is absolutely insane. The strongest uncommon Twisted is Ginger because hear me out. She has a 10-second attention span, which is broken as hell, and sometimes she masks her detected alert sound, practically making her get a free hit off you, especially in blackouts. This was fixed. Now the 10-second attention span doesn't need changing. It just is annoying for the sake of being annoying. But her being invisible because she's already seen you, like that's not a thing anymore. Because we have the new update where it shows you how many twisteds are onto you and if you're still being chased. So that's a nice update, and that fixes Jinjay's little overpowered, always gonna be on your ass 24/7 problem. The strongest rare twisted is Glisten because 9 times out of 10 in high floors he'll go mad because he can't be in two places at once. Now this only applies really to solo runs because you're always gonna have a teammate who's gonna babysit Glisten, either you or your teammate or someone else. It's just how it is. It's kind of the meta thing. Just always have someone on him and then leave him alone. But if you're in a solo run, yes, 100%, he's going to get in the way. He's going to waste so much time. It's not even funny. It is funny. Just in retrospect. Again, all of it is funny in retrospect, but in the moment, it's real annoying. And the strongest grabber, or sniper as I like to call them, is Goob. He's practically stronger than any main since his danger level is up by 100 times in blackouts, unless you want to burn your eyes by maxing out the brightness on your phone/monitor. Snipers in general are kind of overpowered because they can see you, they can hit you from far away. Like, snipers like GG, Scraps, and Goob, they're all ridiculous in blackouts, but a blackout has to happen. But if it does, you're like you're just guaranteed to lose a heart or an item or something because they're gonna see you unless you're hugging the wall the whole time or unless you're sending your teammates to go be meat shields. Which why would you? Unless you don't want the iCore on this floor. That could be. Anyway. ABC's Crazies got us another story. So listen up. Yesterday, I was playing in a public server, and we had just finished the floor. We had Twisted Goob and someone else. There was a Bobette who wasn't going to make it in time to the elevator. However, Twisted Goob at the last second pulled Bobette to the elevator and she managed to get in safely. Well, not safely if they're bleeding from the giant puncture wound that Goob gave them 100%, but damn. 200 stamina character somehow not going to make it to the panic mode elevator, and Goob placed at the exact right position to save their Tookus. Yeah, that's a highlight right there. I wish there was a video of that. That'd be fun. Also, I don't know, Gavin Arad. I don't know. He just saw me without looking at me, though. I mean, he walked past, he saw me. I blame the AI. A random noob on YouTube calls upon the follies of public lobbies. And to be honest, that would make him more annoying, but they'd also have to be playing with their eyes closed. It's unlikely, but I agree. He'd definitely be above Astro. Oh, and speaking of Astro, it's about time someone caught on the fact that he's number 3 on the list. Mango Cat Ice Cream is telling us to get good. Look, I don't mind the skill checks bit. Obviously, you can do skill checks easy peasy, but it's everything else. To me, personally, it's everything else. His reload time, he can hit you again. Just so annoying. His ambience not showing up for me half the time is probably the reason why he's so high on the list for me. I don't know why his ambient sounds never play for me at all. I just might be very unlucky, but and if you're ever in a tight spot, like getting chased by some other problematic twisted, you're kind of dead, cause well, first of all, no more stamina. Second of all, he's got this attention span where it's long enough to be annoying, and this speed where it's high enough to be very annoying. But yeah, he should not be this high. I don't know why he's number 3. I've consulted this with others, and yeah, he genuinely should not be number 3 on the list. I don't know why he is. Handy Dandy is pretty handy with this little gem. I didn't know she actually just doubles the chances by re-rolling like a con. Like, you're just messing with the wires. Just get like what's going on? I thought she added it would. I don't know if that makes sense from from a technical standpoint. But it doesn't matter. If she's re-rolling, it's like it just doubles the chance inherently every time. Also, Stanley, I see you. You can just edit your comment instead of making 2 others. Oh, yeah, and everyone else has got cool lists, so why don't we check them out? They're technically better because they have the holiday tunes included. So yeah. And I think that does it for our 100 sub special. Thank you to everyone who had stuff to share, and if I didn't get to your comment, I do apologize. I have delayed this video by 2 months. Life does get in the way, and then shit happens. But, I wanted to get it out. I do acknowledge all of you who did contribute. I thank you, and I'll see y'all soon. Also, hey, Gus Everything. Yeah, I felt it. It was incomplete without the Event Twisteds too, but I don't know. At the time, I didn't want to wait a whole year to have to make the video. Waiting to experience all the Twisteds. I just didn't want to. Maybe afterward I could update this, but for now it's kind of. I'm kind of satisfied with what I have right now. And, there are some other lists that do have the Event Twisteds involved along with them, so happy ending for me, honestly. But yeah, if I had the chance to go back and, experience all that, I would. First time around, I would.